Okay, I think we're good now. I think we're finally good now. And welcome, Nightshade Channel. Are we good now? Should be good now. I think we're good now. Are we good now? We should be good now. There's no drop frames. We have a great up speed, better than what I actually need. And oh, hey, there's the fucking Twitch activity feed of Fuzz Got Game Subbing and Vanished 3 and it's still dropping frames. Why are you dropping frames? Stop dropping frames. And god dang it. No, Nightshade, we just started. It's just my internet's being terrible. I don't even know if any of these words are getting through. Put that in chat just in case. Anyway, Fuzz Got Games, thank you so much for the sub. Now, I don't tell this to a lot of people. In fact, you're the only person I've ever told this to. But you're actually my favorite subscriber. That's right, my number one. Because I love Fuzz. Fuzz is great. I love touching fuzzy things. And Vanisty, thank you so much for the follow. Now, I don't tell this to a lot of people. In fact, you're the only one I've ever told it to. But you're actually my favorite follower. That's right, my number one. Because, you know, it's like saying vanishing or vanish something. But with T, and it's nice. It's a good name. Sorry, Richard Town. Validation for your Bezos, but it doesn't even say you subbed over here. What the hell? Weird. You know why I like watching you? Because I'm the best. Incredibly talented and funny and witty and have all sorts of brilliant, truthful things to say to everyone at all times. Because you're... Alrighty. Alright, can I get a mod to ban Nightshade Channel? Alright, thanks in advance, mod staff. Anyway, so to try to reiterate what I was saying before the stream started crapping itself, gematria. It's, let me see if I can just, like, enter. No, that doesn't quite work. I shrink this down, then. Corruption of geometry. Oh, that doesn't look right at all. But I've never done something like this before. I'm basically trying to rip off Congo on the fly here. And where the hell is font size, please? Font size? Alright, oh wow, that's way too huge. Let's try this. That's too small. A little bit too small. Good enough, I guess. Alright. There we go, that's the first important part. Gematria is a corruption of the phrase geometry, alright? We're here so far? All zero mods, yes. Anyway. So, what it is kind of ties back into the way counting worked way back in the day. So, nowadays, pretty much every single culture on Earth uses the numerals developed by the Hindus, called in English Arabic numerals, obviously. Which is just, you know, the classic 1, 2, you know, everyone knows the numbers, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those are what we use to count nowadays. And it's a base 10 counting system, that's what everyone uses. This is not how it was done way back in the day. Let me get this, that'll be good, that'll be good. The way counting was originally done back in the day was just by borrowing from your alphabet. There were slightly different versions of this, for example, the, pretty well-known Roman version of using these letters, C-L-D. Using these 6 letters to count. For, you know, example, having IV as your letters would be a value of 4, because it was subtracting the 1 from the 5. Gematria was something used by the Greeks and the Hebrews. M is actually a thing that was added on later on. M was not originally used. It was something added on way later, and it was not a contemporary symbol for counting. But that's its own story. We're not dealing with that for now. I mean, we're partially dealing with that for now, but we're not dealing with all that for now. But, the Jews and the Greeks had their own versions of doing something similar to this, where each individual letter would have its own specific values. And it wasn't just, you know, just using 6. Their whole alphabet had values. And the art of gematria was summing these values. So, I think I have a good note on this that I can stick up on screen, right? Yes! Here we go, let me... Here we go! Yes, this is a chart of the symbols for how to add things up. So you can see the individual characters for Hebrew lettering and the values that they have, as well as the corresponding Greek values. And there are some blanks here and there, like there's no 90 in Greek, and there's no nothing above 500. And the way it worked in Hebrew is that they would just count from 1 to 9, then go 10 to 90, 100. They wouldn't have 12s or anything like that. It was always just least digit in the base 10 system. And Greek did something pretty close, but not quite that. And this counting system is sort of still used by the Jewish communities today, but don't worry about the details, it doesn't really matter much. But yes, each individual letter on the Hebrew letter had a specific value that could be assigned to it, like this 6 right here. This letter you can see on the front. No, wait, I probably shouldn't talk about that. Yeah, let's ignore that for now. We don't want to go too hard on the schizophrenia yet. Anyway. Yeah, so that's all you really need to know, I think, about the basics of this. It's essentially just a method of counting that was very, very common in the ancient world before the Hindu numerals spread throughout most of the world. Yeah, isobyte's getting part of it. Let me just get rid of this. And, God, where was I going with this? Anyway, this was, like I said, common. It wasn't like some weird, obscure thing at the time. It was essentially just a fun number puzzle you could throw at people. You'd even see sometimes people using it in graffiti. There's one example from Pompeii where someone wrote down, I love this woman, and her name sums to 545, I think it was, in Greek. It doesn't matter. It might have been 454, something like that. Doesn't matter huge an amount. And this gets to the parts of 666, because you can just calculate the name of someone with those letters to add them all together. Like, if you're going to use simple English gematria, which is, just assigning... This is unfocused. Whatever. But you get the idea. Individual letters have specific values. Now, 666 in the Bible has a couple of different theories on it, depending on what sort of view you're taking on Revelations, whether John the Prophet was speaking of, specifically the Emperor Nero, or something in the far end times, or yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into that at all. I'm not going to get into the preterist versus historicist versus futurist views of the Book of Revelations. No, that's not what this is about. International of the Phonetic Alphabet. I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that, Doc Festus. But the specific value of 666, well, you've got the basic gist of it, right? You can just pick together numbers. You just get the numbers from the letters that added up to get the thing. Isn't the cursed number supposed to be 661? Not quite, Sorshu, and I was actually about to get to that, so that's a perfect transition. Good point. Good job. Good timing. The thing you're thinking of is 616, which was found in some manuscripts of the Prophecy of John, or the Book of Revelation, depending on how you want to call it. Although the primary... how do I put this? Although it was never considered officially canon by the Church, the official version was always 666, even though 616 and 666 were circulating at the time. There are a couple of theories to explain this. One of the most prominent I'm about to get into. So, put this on here and expand it up a bit. 3-3 is supposed to be lucky. That's a matter of opinion more than anything, guys, the bite. So this right here, wasn't it 777? That's later age numerology that has been added, that has been sort of tacked on to the Book of Revelation that wasn't really contemporary at the time when it was written, which is its whole own other thing. Anyway, this phrase in Hebrew, up in the board right now, read from right to left as you do with Hebrew, is Nero Kaiser, roughly. Which, if you use Jewish gematria on this, you can get the value of 666 from it. Each of the individual characters. I can bring up the chart again if you want to see it. Where the hell did I put it? Where's the chart? There's the chart. Chart. No, that's the wrong chart. No, I don't want to move to the... I want to... Yes, get rid of that chart. Go over here. Get this chart. Move it down. Zoom way in. You can see the individual characters on this. You can view them all together. You can add them all up, yada, yada, yada. Like, which one is what? It's in different fonts and I'm not... whatever. You get the idea. Like, yeah, right here, the 50, right? This character. This is right here, the N for Nero. Or is this the Neuron? I think this is Nero, not Neuron. Yeah, this is Nero, not Neuron. Anyway, a thing about the 666 versus 616 is a theory relating specifically to the different ways to... Okay, so nowadays we have this conception that every single word can only be spelled in a single way. Like, hi, little lady red. A single, like, I don't know, proposition only has one spelling, and there's a single correct spelling. But back in the day, spellings weren't really standardized. As long as you get the point across, it was close enough. And there were multiple spellings for, in Hebrew, for Nero Kaiser, which is, you know, Caesar Nero, it's his full title. And the less common spelling of it, if you summed it using Jewish gematria or Hebrew gematria, would be 666, and the more common one would be 616. You have words that mean the same thing, but they're different words rather than the same word spelling differently. Hey, little lady red, we're discussing occult stuff. Anyway, so basically, the result of this is that there are two different spellings of the name Nero Kaiser, well, name and title Nero Kaiser, which can sum to 666 or 616, depending on which one you're using, and that's thought to be the basis of why some transcripts have 616 versus 666, but we don't know. It's mostly conjecture. 616 was never considered official by the church. It may have been a mistake. It's fine, Vanity. We're getting to the simple stuff soon. You don't really need to know the super high details about this stuff to enjoy what's coming up later. The proper schizophrenia part. And that's why that's why it's thought that some early editions of Revelations had 616 instead of 666. There's another theory that it was a transcription error, and there's some counterpoints to it against the fact that if it was written in Greek originally, why would it be written in Hebrew rather than Greek? Why would they not use a Greek translation of it? And let me get rid of both of... not that one. Let's get rid of this. And in the, you know, the manuscripts, most of the manuscripts, the manuscripts that are considered canonical, 666 is written like this. Again, it's using Greek letters that have values assigned to them. It is Chi-Z stigma, which in some transcriptions would become Chi-Z stigma, but which might sometimes... That's what the result in 661? No, that wasn't it. That was something else. Anyway, this would be 666 just written out in the original Greek. Because it's just letters, and that's how it works. And if you use the actual name of Nero in Greek, it has a value of 1005 rather than 666. So if this was written for the Greeks, then why is it using this number instead of a different one? There's a lot of huge bit of bunch of debate about all of this, and it don't make... It's a complicated mess, basically. It's really hard to come to any sort of conclusion, because that shit was so long ago that you can't, like, interview eyewitnesses. They're all fucking dead! All we have to go on are, like, second-hand accounts that got written down by someone getting narrated to another guy, and it's all just kind of a mess. And the short version of all of this is that gematria in the value of 666 is just a number puzzle for turning names into numbers. But in a later period, I believe the 11th century, gematria had started being used for divinations. There was, what was it, the Agrippa manuscripts? Can't remember exactly what the name of the thing was, but basically, it started saying, oh, if you calculate the values of this, and it has the same value as something else, that's a sign of something. And that's where the fun begins. Because there's all sorts of fun, stupid number puzzles you can play together with gematria and the way things are working out. Let me just remove this, and I guess remove that. And now, I'm not going to be using Greek gematria for all of the submissions and whatnot, nor am I planning on using any form of gematria except Symbol English. But yes, I believe it was the Temple of Agrippa, not Temple of Manuscript of Agrippa, that did this. And it sort of became a thing, a method of divination that saw a lot of use. Some sort of association between completely different words? Yes. Because if two different phrases had the same value, they obviously meant something. For instance, if you took the numbers in someone's name and found out that it summed up to the same value as the word guilty, it meant they were probably guilty in whatever court case they were. It was sort of total free interconnected association between random combinations of words. So this is like bones? No, Nightshade. This is like actual stuff that exists. You can like look this up on Google and whatnot. This is actual mysticism in math. I know this stuff. Anyway. Where was I before you? No, where was I? Yes, way to get fucked up by random chance. Essentially, yes. You might be able to use this with divinations if, you know, you're particularly practiced with this and have a sharp and focused mind, but it's not going to be particularly better than using random numbers for divination, because that's essentially what it is. Now, the version of gematria I like to use for divination is simple English gematria, which is, I mean, it's simple. You saw the complicated charts with, like, the hundreds, places, and whatnot for the, Jewish and Greek versions. Oh, no, didn't want to grab that one. Wanted to grab this one. This is simple English gematria. You can figure out the pattern pretty quickly. Yeah, Nightshade, I wouldn't be trusting this to get useful information about the future. You can still enjoy messing with it, but just don't trust it to give you any sort of reliable results. So you've got, you know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's pretty simple. You just assign a value to a number to the letter in the alphabet, which is much closer to the way that it was used in, I mean, it's not identical, but it's close to the way it was used in a lot of cultures. And sum them up to get values for stuff. There was a specific formalized method of this in Agrippa, in the manuscript of Agrippa in the 11th century that was different from this, closer to the way the Hebrew version was, with, like, the 100th place gaps. But it also relied on symbols that are no longer present in modern English, so you can't really get the same results because, you know, TH doesn't have a single value anymore, because TH used to be a single character thorn, but it got split into T and H to get the same sound. There's a classification for it that I don't care about, because who cares about linguistics? And anyway, that's the gist of gematria. 666 is just they took someone's name, may have been Kaiser Nero, may have been something else. I'm not getting involved in that whole biblical scholarship mess. Added up the characters in it, and it summed to 666. Whether they're using Greek characters or Hebrew characters is a matter of debate. Whether it was supposed to be 616 or 666, it's probably supposed to be a 666. Those sure are some numbers I spite. And this leads into the fun part of this, because simple English gematria, you just add up the numbers, and yes, then you find phrases with matching numbers. For instance, Terry Andrew Davis. That's right, good old Terry Davis. His name sums to the 208, which is a value shared with Jesus loves you and light will overcome. Let me move this down. That's not going to work at all. Sure, let's just hide this in the corner somewhere. Also, you wouldn't just have the numbers be in a single order, you'd sum them up, and I don't think you have several billion characters in your name, man. Just a hint, just a hunch. Anyway. So, Terrence Andrew Davis. Terry A. Davis, the guy who made Temple OS. The T would be 20, the E would be 5, yada yada yada. And you go through and get the value for each letter and sum them up. And if you do that, it adds up to 208. See, Russian bro, I told you there was a reason for the schizophrenic tag. And other phrases that also have 208 as their value. Jesus loves you. You? There we go. The hell keyboard. And light will overcome. These all have the exact same value of 208 in gematria. Steam cut off before I said that? Oh, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Hopefully my internet problems can mostly be sorted out now, so it's not going to keep crashing out on me, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And this is the basis of gematria. You just assign values to the letters based on whatever culture you're in, and then sum them and find other things. And this is, like I said, where the fun begins, because you have all sorts of other good ones, like Theodore, John, Kaczynski. Summed together, the letters in his name add up to 256. A whole byte in a computer, not that it has anything to do with it. Yeah, you have to add them up, Ice the Byte. It's not just in a row. Which shares a value with communicating God's message. Ain't that a fun one? Anyway, so I asked for viewers on Twitter and the Fediverse to submit other phrases that they thought would be fun to see calculated out and see what else matched with them. And that's what I was preparing for like the half hour before the stream started, before the stream started late. Because it involves a bunch of math. And the math is taken care of now. So I'm going to go through all of these ones. And the first one I saw was, player could not avoid the above-mentioned baseball shooting, which ran way the heck off. Hold on. God is dead, try that one. I will take suggestions once we get through all the ones on Twitter. And Prim Vindication, that's right. You can use gematria to justify anything if you try hard enough. Yes, this was submitted by Miss Marissa Kirasami on Twitter. This is a value of 570. This matches the phrases, to understand gematria is to understand the mystery. I'm gonna run out of space pretty soon. Holy crap, didn't think it'd be so big. Calling others reprobates makes him feel better about himself. I ran out of space. Nice. Let me hide this while I'm at it. And my personal favorite, the Department, get rid of that 2 ons, of Homeland Security can suck my left nut. You get some fun results with gematria. Very cryptic what that could possibly mean, right? We had another one submitted by Terry Taro on Twitter. A pretty famous phrase. Oh wait, fry. No, hold on. Why is that R there? Ugh, God, why is my type being shared this bad? Because I haven't, gotten any time to talk to myself. Anyway. Ugh, fine, I guess you're my little pog jam. Come here, which sums to 502. A number that has matching values with... Yeah, that's... that was a terrible idea. Alright. Terrible idea. Terrible idea. Let me try this a different way. Standing in white light does not mean you are holy. What that has to do with being someone's little PogChamp, I'll let the audience decide. What's your theory on that? Also shares a value with, I am about to succeed at becoming... becoming more powerful than God. Which is, a bit of an odd matching phrase. Not sure what PogChamps have to do with that one. And my personal favorite, you are all going to seriously pay for that, which does make sense. That's the sort of follow-up you'd expect to hear from that part. So, you know, a little bit of wacky results there. I mean, you can't make too much information about it if you're not really looking too hard. It becomes so when PogChamp becomes bigger than God himself. That's what I guess it has to imply. Or perhaps to have the delusion of it, because it was said as if speaking. Really, Russian bro? Fine. Ugh, fine. I guess you are my little PogChamp. Come here. We also had something that I was kind of expecting someone to toss out on Twitter from Mao the Doog. Ah, sweet. Man-made horrors beyond my comprehension. Which is a nice little even value of 500. What's interesting is that this has a matching phrase with something that's very appropriate for Mal. Cups, swords, wands, coins, tarot, 4 suits. Because those are the 4 suits of the tarot. Actually, let's just where that is. Was just, tarot 4 suits out after all, which, makes sense. He does a bunch of divination readings with tarot on his streams. Or used to? I think he still does. That makes sense if it's Mao submitting that one. It also shares a value with extraterrestrials bring in the New World Order and New World Order Antichrist government revealed. And those last 2 do sound like the result of man-made horrors beyond comprehensions. That adds up. That makes sense. Those are all results you can sort of see happening, right? It's all sort of related. This is why I have the schizophrenia tag. That is a good YouTube video title. Unfortunately, I don't do the politics debating on this too much. And, this one submitted by Cheese, which takes the award for sheer fucking weirdness out of all my submissions. Also, it's like one of the highest scoring ones, in terms of gematria value. Sometimes I lick pennies and pretend I've been kissing the Statue of Liberty. The value of 726. And all of these are really fucking long because it's a really high value phrase. Although not necessarily high value as in high value, but definitely high value as in, big numbers. Which has a matching gematria value with... And that is it for us tonight. Good night. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Whoop. Go night? No, good night. There we go. By typemanship. There we go. Which, I mean, alright. That's a reaction that makes sense, right? You see someone tell you that shit on Twitter, you're like, you know what? That's enough Twitter for the night. That makes sense. The second result that I found, he's facing to the right in the original Street Fighter 2 Continue screen. Which, what the fuck is this referencing? Isn't, every character that you're playing as facing to the right in the original Street Fighter 2 Continue screen? Is this a thing? Does anyone know anything about this? Because I don't know anything about this. Does this make sense to anyone? Is there some sort of Mandela effect going on about shit just about a Street Fighter character just flipping his viewpoint or something? Anyone have anything on this? Because I sure fucking don't. But apparently it's got something to do, according to gematria, with licking pennies and pretending that you've been kissing the Statue of Liberty. I guess I can see someone who does do that swear that they maybe having a false memory of Street Fighter 2. I'm pretty sure they all face to the right in the Continue screen if you're playing as them. Right? Oh, well, whatever. Maybe they're thinking of an enemy character that's facing the wrong way. I've got no idea, and I regularly play Street Fighter 2. Nice! And of course, the last one, which makes perfect sense with this setup. They eat children to invoke the serpent which coils around their souls. And this is why we have the schizophrenia tag in here. 4-hour-long YouTube documentary about it. I hope so, Hero Delore. I certainly hope so. Also, pretty great, everyone, with good morning. Distracted by internet problems. Good morning, everyone. I'm not going to go down the list and read all of you individually today. Maybe tomorrow. it, Russian Bro. What? There's a schizophrenic tag here for a reason. And that's our contribution from Cheese726. Not Cheese726. Cheese, which had a value of 726. And a nice, sweet, short one submitted by Aegon Ion. Suffering is Poggers, which has a value of 220. Not the lowest scoring one, but definitely on the lower end. Which, had 3 particularly noteworthy results, as always. I always went with 3 results for each of these. Pretty much as one of the 3 best that I could find. First one. Jesus Christ's Joy. Because suffering is Poggers. And Jesus approves, apparently. One that's, Hey, Valoris, your admin's wisdom. That is unfortunate. But hold on to it, Valoris, because towards the end of the stream, I will be taking submissions from chat and calculating them with a calculator and finding phrases that match. It'll be fun. But yes, the second thing that matches suffering is Poggers, which, might be teetering a bit on the yabai. Ex-girlfriend's address. Which, gotta ask Aegon, do you have some unresolved issues with your ex? Because, these are not 2 phrases you want to see next to each other, man. That's a bad sign. Not gonna lie. And of course, the last one, it's amazing gematria code. Because, you know you can rely on a system of mysticism and divination when you get some of the results you get are just it praising itself for being that awesome. No, but seriously, Aegon. Is anyone, keeping an eye on that guy? I'm a little bit worried now. Anyway, our next one comes from Callie Calico, who, I was strongly considering not actually taking this one at all. Because this is a bit, This is a bit something. Maybe I'm misreading it, but this does seem kind of lewd. Am I wrong? And, not lewd in a good way, but lewd in a bad way? Anyway, it has a value of 358. A shorter phrase. Subliminally lewd, maybe. Because that's what I'm picking up on this energy-wise. And gematria seemed to agree with me, because this has the same value as you will find love unexpectedly. Gardening doesn't have fleshy nubs. No, it does not. That's why I'm worried. It also has a value with to whom it may concern. I love you. Marshall Chain with a fucking snipe. Oh man, an hour in and sniping that. God damn. It'd be about killing people and hanging them in their garden. That might explain... Maybe. It would definitely explain the last result on this, which is... This last result is a phrase I'm going to have to add to my personal repertoire of terms, because it's hysterical. I love this phrase. I have seen enough to choke 10 horses. Which, it's poetic-ish? It feels like a horse ebooks tweet. Am I wrong? Does this not feel like a horse ebooks tweet? I have seen enough to choke 10 horses. I feel like if you're ever in a conversation and have to describe a lot of something, choke 10 horses is probably a good way to describe it. I've played enough Dark Souls to choke 10 horses. I've owned enough suckers online to choke 10 horses. I got enough headshots that match to choke 10 horses. I got so many numbers in my paycheck, it's enough to choke 10 horses? I ate so much food I could choke 10 horses? It feels like a great phrase you can apply to all sorts of places. I love it. Choke 10 horses. You'll find... I do feel like 1 and 2 are connected in some way. You will find love unexpectedly. To whom it may concern, I love you. And next up, we have our submission from the good Doc Pestis. The classic meme that you have all sorts of mashups with all sorts of mashups with all sorts of YouTube. Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. From, of course, the hit game Road Rash for the Atari 2600. No, fucking from Space Jam, everyone knows that. There's a value of 316. Be clear, this is just suggesting you calculate the results, right? We don't have a bunch of people that already know what you're watching. I mean, I just take random phrases that people threw me on Twitter and then calculate the results and compare them against common values. Well, not common values, but results that other people looked up. So you have 316 sum from this. 316 also matches. Here is wisdom and understanding. Goes slightly off the screen. Which is a good phrase because it actually comes from the same chapter in Revelations that, it's one of the translations from one of the versions of the Bible for the exact chapter prefacing the whole 666 thing. Here is wisdom and understanding. The beast has a number of the man, and that number is 666, I believe? It's close to that. It varies a bit with phrasing, but wisdom and understanding is one of the phrases used in the Bible before it references something in gematria. Which, comes even more ominous with the second bit that I found. Nothing can stop what is coming. Here is wisdom and understanding. Nothing can stop what is coming. Which gets even worse with the third one. We lost twice, and everybody died. This... I mean, it's the sort of ominous that you'd sort of expect from Doc Pestis. It's just not the sort of ominous you would expect from Come On and Slam and Welcome to the Jam. When I think of Slam Jam mashup videos, I do not think, oh yeah, everyone died. Bye. Like, what the fuck? I'm gonna blame Pestis on this one. Pestis Energy overwrote anything useful you could get from this. Completely replaced the phrase with Pestis Energy. And this one by Hazmat VT in chat is, I believe, the second highest scoring out of all of them. Or... no! The highest scoring, in fact. The famous quote from Symphony of the Night. Once again, give it a flash. Is not by my hand that I am once again given flesh. It is by humans who wish to pay me tribute. Which has a nice round value of 901. Now I'm gonna have to show these off one at a time, because they're all really fucking long, because this phrase is really fucking long. Oh god damn it, notepad, stop, stop it, okay. But it did have some very interesting results. Not what I was expecting from this, though. No, hold on. Bah. Not quite how I wanted it to go. Guess I have to, yeah. So long I can barely fit them on the blackboard. 901, the same value as I had a squirrel sitting on my couch table in the middle of the night eating my chocolate chip cookies. I mean, that's a very Hazmat VT energy, let's be real here. That's the sort of vibe he was absolutely giving out with this phrase. But let's not delete that for now. See if that spaced it out right. And the second result, my 5th grade teacher was as smart as she was tall. She was 4'11.9" repeating. Which feels like the punchline of a joke. I can expect this to be... I mean, I get the math joke. 0.9 repeating equals 5 foot, but... what does that have to do with her being smart as she was tall? This feels like 2 halves of a joke, sort of... I mean, yeah, I guess it is an insult. It's saying that she's not very tall. I mean, I guess it's not very tall. Maybe I have a fucking warped perspective on height is the thing. Like, I assume everyone's just gonna be way tinier than me, because, like, 5'2" around here is, like, tall for a dude? Well, no, 5'2" is around average for a dude. 5 foot for a woman around here would be pretty terrifying. Honestly. So maybe this kind of went over my head. And I guess it's just calling her dumb, which... again, this is something you would kind of expect from Hazmat. And lastly... 5'0" is short for the dungeons. No, it's about... I mean, a little bit for a dude, I guess. Pretty tall for a woman in the dungeons. Extra space. And lastly, once you know the law and how to use God's word, then you can master gematria and open the book. Which, Hazmat, I think you got a message? I think you've got a message going straight towards you from this. Because that doesn't match your energy, but that does feel like a thing you might want to need to hear. Definitely on brand for what's being discussed. And, ooh, I believe this is the lowest value one from Lorelei. Not that there's anything wrong with low value, because it means I have to do less fucking math. Snip. Snap. With a low value of 130. And of course, because it's short, all of the other phrases coming down from it were short. And kind of formed a thing that I found pretty spooky. First off, same value as I found you. Which, alright, fine. Getting found isn't necessarily bad. Also the same value as upside down. Which, I mean, okay, fine, that's just a state. And human sacrifice. Ominous! A lot of ominous things are at 130, I guess. I found you and human sacrifice together would be kind of spooky. And I think that's actually it for the, Twitter bit. There is a through line there, yes. I found you upside down for human sacrifice, maybe? Menacing as shit, though. Holy fuck. Maybe not off brand for Lorelei, though. Bah, whatever, let's move on. This one does not come from Twitter, it comes from the other place I asked for stuff. Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man. By Tetcher, who you might have seen me collab with a few times, with a value of 465. Which, this has some fucking amazing results. I mean, first off, you have the obvious get out of the way, the creepy and spooky ones. Worlds 2 brainwashed to hear the truth. I forgot to hit enter there. Brainwashed. Hold on. Let me fix that up. Brainwashed to hear the truth. Also has a value of 465. Yes, that mysterious other place that I named at the start of the stream. Yeah, I mean, it is sort of related if you think about it. It's like, it's your opinion because you're too brainwashed to hear what I have to say, or maybe it's rejecting what someone else has to say because they're too brainwashed. Who knows? It's about opinions and communication. It's sort of on brand. Next one that I found. Blessed are the dead which die in the Lord henceforth. Maybe do that? Yes. Yeah, shitposter club. Or the Fediverse. It's complicated to explain, so I tend to not. Blessed are the dead which die in the Lord henceforth, which, not sure what martyrdom has to do with people having opinions, man. But okay! And this last one, very much channeling Tetra energy. All are born with a God-given right to smoke cannabis. There we go. You know what, fine. Those two actually do connect a lot if you think about it. Isn't that like a quote from some guy who was a stoner in a movie or something? I don't watch movies. I don't know this stuff. Not the third result you expect. What are you expecting, Russian Bro? I'm curious. Yes, all of these have this value of 465. And this one I am very happy to have gotten. The Big Lebowski. Okay. I mean, these two are basically just the same phrase, just said differently, right? You can see these being said in the same context. This next one comes in from Mono. Something that I'm sure a lot of people could appreciate. Formerly shot. With a value of 177. We're in the meme factory now, folks. This one got a very interesting first result. Mind over matter. This would almost make more sense with what Tetra said about opinions, but you know what? I guess Sneed's Feed and Seed has something to do with mind over matter. Maybe because you don't have a mind, it doesn't matter. I don't know. Make up your own guess for this. Let's hear it. What do you got? The second one that I caught. Constantinople. Which, that, like, formerly Chuck's are referring to Sneed's Feed and Seed, which is a physical place. Well, not a physical place. It's a fictional physical place, and Constantinople is also a physical place. So is this implying that, Sneed's Feed and Seed was formerly Constantinople? I mean, I suppose Istanbul and Constantinople both have their names changed. Istanbul's Feed and Seed, formerly Yes, that's where I was going with that, Big Flappy. Istanbul's Feed and Seed. Istanbul's Fistanbul and Seedstable. Formerly Constantinople. And lastly, which I'm not sure this has any relationship with anything. No, accidentally capitalized. Pyramids are evil. That's right. Triangles are bad. Triangles are cringe and should not be allowed. What the fuck does that have to do with Sneed's Feed and Seed, though? Still clever enough to make that joke. I'll take your word for it. I've seen, like, an episode of The Simpsons once by accident, so I don't know anything about it. So, this next one, was a pretty good one. Because I had kind of a long-winded post where I asked this. Because it didn't have a character limit like Twitter. Didn't read Fuck You by R. Gotlim. With a value of 181. I don't know if this was actually a submission or not. Or if they were just telling me to fuck off. I genuinely don't know. But I did it. And it had some, makes me kind of wonder what our Getlim is doing in his spare time considering the results, because the first one was Vaccine Passport. This has the same value of 181 as Didn't Read Fuck You. The second one, Satoshi Nakamoto, the inventor of Bitcoin, who may or may not be a real person. I don't really know most of the detail about that. So right off the bat, it's diving headfirst into politics. And the third one, down the rabbit hole. I feel like our Getlum spends a lot of his time focusing on politics if we get something like this. Oi, oi, oi. Anyway, this one from Pause is horrible and cringe. It was the other one I was thinking of not doing. Yeah, Russian bro, that's... We are the dyke microwave of didn't read, fuck you, yes. There's a reason there's a schizophrenia tag on here, man. I wasn't fucking around with that thing. Oh boy. This next one from Pause. Sniff Pause. Break laws. The value of 205. You know what else is the value of 205? Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's right. Fast food apparently sniff pause. Fast food is apparently furry cringe, which makes sense actually because of how bad it is for you. Almost as bad for you as furry cringe. Another result that I got for it: the conspiracy facts. Not conspiracy theories, conspiracy facts. Which, but if I checked his timeline, I probably got some of those. And the last one was also food-related, believe it or not. Crab for Christmas Eve. All of these with a value of 205, which, why? Crab? Why crab? Who has crab for Christmas dinner? Or Christmas Eve dinner at that. Not turkey, not ham, crab. I guess New Englanders, maybe. Surprised it wasn't moved to SciTube. It's fine. I'm not making political statements. The divination magic is making political statements. And it's not even statements, it's just phrases. Yes, since all of these have the results of 205, if you're attempting to use gematria for divination, all of these correlate somehow. So furry cringe apparently has something to do with conspiracy facts, crab for Christmas Eve, and Kentucky Fried Chicken. Take your best guess at this. I don't know what they have to do with. This next one, though, made a lot of sense. Nuke, California, from Hakui, with a value of 139. Very small face. Ah, I still remember that one image. What's that chick from, God, what even is it? Idolmaster, that's the one, wearing the New California shirt. Very basic suggestion. This is how you correct someone with gematria. I'm not the one who associated him with furry cringe, man. He was the one who posted cringe and lost subscribers, alright? Blame him for his actions. I'm just the messenger, alright? Anyway, New California shares a value with... Whoa. Life's good. I mean, that makes sense. That's a logical follow-up to Nuke in California. Also shares a value with Call My Number. Someone getting lucky tonight. Or, probably not, since... Yeah, it's fine. Even if you live there, it's a noble sacrifice. Also, it was all a dream, so I guess nuking California was a bad end, or a good end that didn't happen? Is that a bad end, or is that a good end? I think it means California don't get nuked. Wait, so Tetcher did not submit this one. Tetcher submitted, it's all your opinion, man. About a guy trying to get a girl with hated California. Oh, man. Print it, ship it, have it on my desk by tomorrow morning, achievement guy. Go! And this next one, oh boy, that applies to the game he's playing. Oh, right, he's doing Hotline Miami, isn't he? Which was an all-a-dream game, right? Yeah, I think I vaguely heard about that at one point. It was like a drug-filled haze in Miami because of hotlines. This next one actually wins the award for closest value to 666 in Simple English Gematria. Theodore Long was the greatest, let's run off the thing, greatest SmackDown general manager of all time. Hotline Miami. Oh, really? Huh. No, Tetra did not submit that one, unfortunately. It was Hakui. You get nuked in Hotline Miami? What the fuck? Okay, whatever. With a value of 626. I think this is a wrestling thing. I don't, have TVs or watch TVs or movies, so I don't know if it is a wrestling thing, but I think this is a wrestling thing, right? There is a nuclear explosion. I see. But it's in Miami and not California, so it doesn't quite count. So, this got some fucking weird results. Not even 616, like you would expect from those certain things. No, 626. Oh, let me see. Oh, it moved on to 2. I thought he was still playing 1. The first result, the pyramids fighting each other in Saturn's hexagram universe. Yeah, This actually has some interesting concepts behind it, because pyramids fighting each other, if you have a pyramid and a down pyramid, you create the hexagram. Yes, the pyramids are evil and fighting each other, and if you have them interlinking, it forms a hexagram, which is the six-pointed star. And Saturn does have a six-sided hexagon at the pole, which is also kind of odd, and I don't think we have an explanation for that quite yet. Short of it being, an international demon prism, with the hexagram being a seal placed upon the planet prism, but let's not get into that yet. This isn't a political stream, this is a divination stream. Are pyramids half of the hexagram Gundams? Okay. I have no idea. I've never watched a Gundam. Hexagonal Storm or something. Yeah, that one. You know about a hexagon, because you are a hexagon, and possibly the portal to Saturn's universe where the pyramids fight each other. The second result I got from this kind of also follows up from this one. But if it makes you feel better about yourself, then by all means. The pyramids are I don't even know what the fuck a gunpla is. It's like a mech thing that you build, right? The pyramids fighting each other in Saturn's hexagram universe. But if it makes you feel better about yourself, then by all means have the pyramids fight each other? And here's the part where it really earns the schizophrenic tag. I think the stork is, staying on the chimney to keep me company. So, in order, this would be the pyramids fighting each other in Saturn's hexagram universe. But if it makes you feel better about yourself, then by all means. I think the stork is staying on the chimney to keep me company. That is a conversation you would have with an actual schizophrenic. Am I wrong? Is that not the kind of thing you'd hear? And, oh no, this was the actual score for, shortest value, lowest value. Because it's only 2 digits. By Zergling, man. Bonk this. With a value of 98. Which, was kind of considering skipping over this one. Not for the, being furry cringe or being, weird, subliminally lewd stuff, but because of the results. 98 shares a value with the word Democrat, Angel of Death, and black people. I'm not sure what that has to do with bonking stuff, but there you fucking go. Don't cancel me, Twitch. I'm just the messenger of random number generators, alright? It's fine. Okay, moving on. Something is Amok, submitted by Coyote. The value of 178. Something certainly was Amok with that last one. Oh boy. If my Twitch account isn't here tomorrow, you know why. This had some really fucking good results, actually. Holy shit. Something is Amok. This is a mysterious phrase with ambiguous meaning. Something is occurring. Twitch. Oh boy, even more people to report me. Okay, moving on and ignoring that whole bit. Don't clip it. Something is amok with a value of 178. Shares, believe it or not, the same value as Monster Energy. I mean, they're about the same length phrase. That sort of makes sense. And these two certainly connect on some. Things make sense together. Monster Energy causes someone to go amok. That's fine. That makes sense. Also shares a value with Murder Hornets, which... Wasn't that a thing happening in the States? Like there were like these deadly hornets or something called Murder Hornets? That's also something that would be amok. And lastly, a phrase that I actually am probably also going to incorporate along with choke 10 horses. Gaslit by gaslight. My S-key died? I think my S-key is dying. I think I've got that replacement keyboard off throne. Oh god, Murder Hornets powered by Monster Energy. Going around gaslighting people. Alright. That would be something that's being fucking amok. Ha ha! Woo! You know, it's short, there's not too much to say. These are just, you know, all short phrases that would all make sense for something being amok. Getting gaslit by gaslights, Monster Energy. This all makes sense. There's nothing weird around here. There's nothing of me getting banned off Twitch on here. It post I mean, it did have that one fucking giant insect boss, right? Just give it a Monster Energy and a pair of sunglasses and have it reminisce about the good old days. There's your new fucking boss fight. Enjoy. I am going to do the hazmat. I am. This next one is a great phrase for reading into gematria. Holy crap. It is good old, complete, global saturation. Submitted by Dewo with a value of 276. This one had some really good ones. That made a lot of sense. First off, an illusion of omnipotence. You know, that makes sense. This is a Wesker quote. Wesker has delusions of grandeur. Or of omnipotence. Adjust this slightly. There we go, that's better. Right? That makes sense. And this sounds like this is probably an actual other Wesker line. So sick of these silly games. Or possibly their rebuttal that, like, Chris would have to Wesker at some point. Like, this seems like a line out of Resident Evil, right? I'm not well-versed enough in Resident Evil to tell you whether or not it is, but it certainly seems like one. And this, what do you would say in 5? Yeah! So sick of these silly games. This is like an actual back and forth between, you know, Wesker and protagonist guy. And, last one, of course, also seems like something said by protagonist guy. Actually, what? No, not quite. Not quite something Chris would say. Again, with a value of 276. Which, yeah, alright. I'll buy that. Doesn't quite fit in the Resident Evil game, I don't think. Chris might say that, but wouldn't he, like, create the perfect human being? Ah! Would Chris really say something like that? I think he'd be saying something to Leon about slinging his cum bolas to ensnare their future. And continue the Redfield bloodline. But anyway... Next up, we have one from Token. Bust a Move, with a value of 137. Gonna marry a Native American woman from some... a plus Plagas worshipping Native American woman. Alright, let's fucking go. Got the next plot for Resident Evil 9? They're up to 9 now, right? 9 as in the best Final Fantasy? Fight me? Cool. That's what I thought. Busta Moves with a value of 137. Fewest? No, not even fewest letters. Bonk, this is still shorter. which had some pretty interesting results, earning this schizophrenia tag. Ancient Babylon. Already we're veering straight into conspiracy theory territory. Eye of Horus, or as it's sometimes known, Wedjet. Wedjet isn't in... Jet. There we go. Wedjet. Fuck. As the second one. And lastly, Anonymous. So what does some mysterious systems administrator have to do with Ancient Babylon and the Eye of Horus? Find out in this hit new trashy conspiracy theory novel that just sort of makes shit up. And it's bad. But, yeah, that is, I believe, it for everything that was submitted. So, if there's anyone in chat who would want to see some other phrase submitted and calculated, now's your chance. Ancient Babylonian gangsters are in league with Anonymous to utilize the Eye of Horus and control society. Oh, fuck! Who's the guy who did that rant? I'm pretty sure he did that rant at some point. You know, see the skull, the part of bone removed. Look at the picture. See the skull, the part of bone removed. The master race Frankenstein radio controls. You know that guy. Oh, Ludusk Vestris. Joanni Arson. Okay, I'll put the, fuck out of me in there. Maybe. Anyway, Ludusk Vestris, thank you so much for the follow. I don't tell this to a lot of people. In fact, you're the only person I've ever told this to, but you're actually my favorite follower. That's right, my number one. Because you've got, Ludusk, which is like a name plus the time of dusk, followed by, Vestris, which is almost like mistress. Sounds like some sort of, a vampire name, right? Okay, so what do we got? First up was Fuck Anime by Ice the Bite. Fuck Anime has a value of 83. You know what else is a value of 83? Let's find out. Let's see. Oh. Monkey has a value of 83. Think about you might be insulting you, Ice the Bite. You know what else has a value of 83? You know what else has a value of 83? Autism! Alright, I'm definitely starting to think this is starting to insult you. And, oh wow, that's interesting. Michael Obama also has a value of 83. Not close. Ah, it was close enough. Gematria loves anime. Get fucking owned. Alright, what was the next one? Joanni Arson. This, whew. Hopefully this doesn't get too yab. Don't fuck me over on this one. Let's see. Joanni Arson has a value of 142. Fuck Anime Monkey Autism, Michael Obama. Put it on a t-shirt, print it, wear it to school. Joanni Arson, value of 142 in simple gematria. Shares a value with correct good idea. Wow! Going straight from defending anime to oh boy. Also shares a value with pay for sins. Oh boy. Ooh. 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 And also, happening now. Holy shit. You know, I thought about you as a fan of anime. I guess I just didn't like Ice the Bite. Very clear message, yes. Holy shit. Fucking savage! Okay, we got Bible Black in there. Bible Black, calculate gematria. Value of 59. Alright. Share his values with... Help me. I think Gematria's getting sick of our shit. Find God. And offended. All right. Hey, Artificer Yoni. We're taking chat suggestions for gematria to find the values of stuff. Michael Obana, suggested by Ludic Vestris, I think? I should sort of like a redeem to make it so it's an actual thing you can suggest. Probably should have done that ahead of time, but I'm sort of doing this by the seat of my pants. Michael Obana has a value of 84. Obviously, it's one less than Michael Obama, which was 85. Which, shares a value with... Oh boy. Don't cancel me for this one. Cancel me for something cool instead. Fake news. Okay, cool. It's gonna be an out. Coincidence? And fried fish. I will do All Bones Jones next. It is me I have reformulated. That is a very interesting spelling of returned. I like reformulated more, actually, Goblin the Oaken Taker. Okay. All Bones Jones. All Bones Jones has a value of 143. And shares a value with... Wow, okay. With the Rays of God, the Sunlight name, Shining Rays, Sun Ray Gods, Corona of Light, and, Light Beams of God. I guess I fucking do get all the vitamin C. Gonna take this literally. And you can check this yourself at home. I've already explained how to do gematria. Hey, no, don't you do that, achievement guide. No, don't fall for it. Praise the sun. I mean, that's true. That makes sense. My favorite way to grief people in Dark Souls is as a sunbrow. I mean, how else are you gonna get into the, what was it? The Duke's Dear Phrygia boss fight and cast Warmth so that it loses both heads and now the player is soft locked. Sure, we can do Goblin Man the Organ Taker. Goblin Man the Organ Taker. What do we got? Value of 230. Alright. This shares with... interesting. Galactic Federation of Light. The Rise of Skywalker, and Revelation 17. Sorry, 17. You're a movie, you're a government, and you're also a chapter from the Bible. That's some difficult branding, but I'm sure you can manage. Beelzebub? Alright, I can do that one. Beelzebub. Oh, and for those of you who don't know, Beelzebub is actually believed to be a variation of Baal Zebub, which is, Baal is just a title that means Lord. Zebub would be of the Flies, so Lord of the Flies, basically. Has a value of 80. Okay. Uh-oh. Shares a value with, oh boy. Should I even type this? I'm gonna go with it. Fuck it. Pfizer! Ooh. Baphomet also sums to 80. You're fucking with me. And Biden cheated. All of these sum to 80. Alright, let's, Okay. Sorry, what was that one? Fuzz the Game's the most base thing in existence? Okay, the most based thing in existence. Has a value of 316. Value of... I hit enter, damn it. 316. Okay. Alrighty. Ah! That's, ominous. Nothing can stop what is coming. Time is the ultimate currency. This is getting fucking ominous. And, okay. My mission on Earth... My mission here on Earth is 2. And there's no follow-up to that, it's just my mission on Earth is here too. Finn the Human. We can do Finn the Human. Let's move on from this. Give me something that isn't gonna get me cancelled. Finn the Human. Finn the Human. Based on what? Doesn't matter. Apparently, Beloros. Based on his mission here to K. Alright. Finn the Human. Value of 133. Oof. Well, it's 100 less than a number that you don't want to see. Okay. Can't fake God's code. God is my king. And just the word government. Just the word government by itself. Alright, I mean, still not the best. Newt. What do we got for Newt? That's... Just take the value of Newt and double it. 128, ooh! That's 1 times 2 to the power of 7. If Pygmy so easily forgotten. Okay. The fuck is up with the fine nowadays, right? Yeah, Finn's been doing some weird shit. Let's see. What? Beyonce Wish 7-Eleven. And, ooh, we're gonna be ignoring that one. And breaking news. The furtive pygmy so easily forgotten. We'll do that one. Sure. I don't want to think about Newt Newt too much. This seems like entertainment stuff. That goes over my head. The furtive pygmy so easily forgotten. God, it's a long one. The value of 445? Yes. Be something interesting. Ha! I mean, that makes sense. That's why the affinity spell tracks, because the furtive pygmy had the dark soul, and the dark soul homes in with and the spell affinity, which is powered by the darkness of humanity, has a longing for each other, or pursuers, as it was called in 1. Has a longing for human context and warmth, and wants to touch people. That makes sense. Okay. Is it impossible, considering your heritage? That's an interesting one. Since the Dark Soul is passed down among humans, I don't know if that's going to go. Aha! And something very on topic. Computer games are one reality, life is another. Also vaguely fitting, because Dark Souls is a game on the computer. The Worms of the Earth. Ooh boy. At least we're getting away from that earned schizophrenic tag. Worms of the Earth, value 227. 5 years ahead of schedule. Okay. Krankenhaus? The German word for hospital. I mean, we could. Don't expect anything too useful. Family is everything. And... Wait, what? Frodo was the Underdoge. Not underdog, underdoge. Like Dogecoin. Or the fucking yellow dog meme. Sure! I'm not going to question why memes are getting injected in here. Beloros probably has a better answer for these than I do. Bite the ice. Okay. Ice. The bite. Underdoge, even a real word? I mean, no. But it's close enough. Value of 86. There's Game Over also shares 86. And Godzilla also shares 86. And 19 shares 86? Maybe this makes sense to you, Ice, but it don't make sense to me. Game Over, Godzilla 19. Whatever. Okay, sure, why not? Worms have a good work ethic, real of their family, and have a weird obsession with The Hobbit. Maybe! Maybe, I don't know. Let's try Krankenhaus, and I guess getting close to end stream time. So if there's nothing else people are fucking dying for, how do you spell that? Krankenhaus. Okay. What do we got here? Krankenhaus. Games journalism. Oh god. Oh god, you are just asking for trouble. Ooh. A nice value of 123. Hey, Destiny of Gods. Gematria is going on in here. Franken House. Ooh. Okay. Kanye West. Is a human being. Oh. No, let's go. Abraham Lincoln. Which? I see. Let's see. Ice the Bite, 19 over Godzilla. That's correct. Let's see. Games journalism. Oh boy. Oh boy. In before stream deleted. What do we got for this? At a value of 177. Which... Really? 177 shares a value with... Hey, Aegon, you, right now, apparently! Oh, God. Oh, we already had a Gematria 2 base for Twitch. Starting to think that. Pyramids are evil. Already had that result, even. And, ooh, the Mark of the Beast. Lovely. Lovely results for game journalism. Let's try and maybe stay a little bit more away from this kind of stuff. Oh, boy. Okay, what was the next one? If only I could be so grossly incandescent. Value of 412. Damn. Big one. 412. We haven't hit 666. Yes, no, that'd be a rare result. Oh, Parasocial Paradox. Thank you so much for the follow. Now, don't tell this to a lot of people. In fact, you're the only person I've ever told this to. But you're actually my favorite follower. That's right, my number one. Because, you know, I love parasocial relationships because I make money off them, and I love paradoxes because they confuse people. Okay, what do we got with grossly incandescent? Three. Wow. Wow. Sense true prophet of God. The end is coming. American prophet rising up from the ashes. Messiah anointed true prophet of God. Pretty bare-bones stream, bruv. I don't use stuff like this. Okay, what the fuck is Solaire doing? Why is he a prophet? I want to make more pun jokes, but I want to get bananas. That's just how it be with Gematria, Destiny. That's just how it be. All Folks Jones, nothing wrong. Sudden Demons, Secret of Sex Box, and Kagura. I guess we'll try Sex Box. See how that goes. See if that gets me immediately banned off Twitch. Sex Box, calculate. 89, wow. Almost expecting that to be 20 fewer. Alright, what do we got here? Ahem. Religion also shares the value of 89. Hi, I'm biblical also shares the value of 89. The match results for 69 actually are. I can check in just a second. And look here. Xbox really wants attention, I suppose. Moving on, let's see what 69 has as a value. Okay. B? Oh, it doesn't work that way. Damn it. Okay. Well, you have to figure that out on your own manually. Damn it. Alright, whatever. Moving the hell on. The bee's knees. Sure. You can have the knees of bees. The knees. The bee's knees. I don't actually... The bee's knees. Calculate gematria. 118. Oh, fuck, Aegon. That would be in, like, the goddamn millions, dude. The entire King James Bible? Are you joking? That would take so long to add up. You need to transcribe the entire thing, convert it to numbers. You can write your own program to calculate that, nerd. One of those streams that people are thinking of the feed stream afterwards. Yes, the ideal type of streams. Welcome, X and Winter. And good morning. Sephiroth confirmed the bee's knees. All those FF7 fangirls have been proven right. Just Do It also has a value of 118. Ooh, March Madness! Let's pass over all of those ones like reject vaccine. Ooh. Sephiroth is a bee's knee, and he's just going to have March Madness. Can we please do Orbular? You want, I suppose? Orbular. Orbular, value 87. Didn't quite get done. Shares values with... Oh! Bill Gates! And Grateful Dead. Wait, no, sorry. That was the wrong thing. Hold on. Ignore those. Hey, Valion, don't worry about it. Just don't report the thing to Twitch. Oh, boy. It's kind of a long story. Basically, there's an old number word game that sort of got turned into divination in the 11th century, and we're messing around with it, and I'm about to end stream shortly. Don't worry about it. Okay, 87. No, Bill Gates was correct. Oh boy! Also Omicron. Let's not get deleted. Gnostic. Gnostic is fine. Those are words. Those are all things. Okay, I'm not taking any more results from Goblin Man. That's far too dangerous. Fresh Prince of Londor. Bob's getting on the phone right now. No! No, please. I have an entire week of horrible collabs that I want to spring on people next week. Fresh Prince of Londor. I'll do... let's say 3 more. And then I'll go send you all to raid someone. Fresh Prince of Londor. 220. Oh, that's an interesting one. We already have a 220, don't we? No? Must have had an earlier one. Something else was also 220. Anyway, the real Jesus Christ. Dark Souls is a religious game, confirmed. the most divine human. You're fucking with me. Fine, fine. Alpha and Omega, King of Kings, all share the value of 220. What the fuck, Vestris? What are you doing to me? What are you doing over here? Anyway, appendix. That'll be our third to last one. Appendix. Watch this get me canceled. Value? Did we already? Yeah, we already had an 89. No, we had an 87. Appendix? Okay. Same value as, believe it or not, virus. And no, we definitely did already have that. Religion. And high on biblical. Already had a value of 87. What? Yeah, Dr. Blood Vomit, that's Aegon. He sculpts in my chat from time to time. Also, Paul Rueger, thank you so much for the follow. I don't tell this to a lot of people. In fact, you're the person I've ever told this to. But you're actually my favorite follower. That's right, my number one. My number one. Because, you know, Paul is my second favorite name, and Ruegar is my second favorite last name. Okay, last two will be Lisa Simpson and Red Lady Small Bone Lover. Okay. Lisa Simpson. What do we got? Lisa Simpson. Value 146. Sorry, Aegon, we've got 2 more left, and that'll be it. I think Red would be offended. Yeah, probably, but who cares? Fine. Has shared value with manifestation. And impossible code. Do it yourself, nerd. And ooh, I'm not putting that one in. Ooh, the universe. A bunch of weird math-related things. Sure, well, why not? We'll take it. Red Lady, Small Bone Lover. Let's see what this adds up to. 234. All right. And do gematria for gematria. Not yet. And by not yet, I mean not this stream, since we're about to end anyway. I think Red would be offended. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Bigger, better, stronger. All of them are psychotic. And, woohoo! Not allowed to repent. Gematria talking mad shit about Red. Hee-hoo, hee-hee-ha! Alright. I told you the schizophrenia tag was justified achievement, guy. Oh boy. That said, I'm gonna go find someone to raid you to. What the hell do I do for a raid message after a stream like this? Schizophrenia raid? Schizophrenia raid, I guess. That seems appropriate. Alright, so who the fuck we got? Dimton, Billy the Corgi, undeniably Remy. Rebel this guy, can't raid him, no name Paladin. Screw it. Richard Town, your Prime sub finally went in. And hey, God King Pool, not allowed to repent. I like that, actually. I like that a lot. Not allowed to repent. Let's see. Yeah, there's basically no one on right now, except, like, Caleb, and I already raid him all the time. So... fuck it! Let's raid Billy the Corgi. He's doing some D&D stuff. Like, he's streaming a game that he's doing, I believe. And there's your raid message. This, sure was a stream. Sure was a stream. Oh boy. And I've already almost at 750. What the hell am I gonna do for the next thing? Whatever. Go raid the guy.